In the world of interior design, there's a constant tug of war between the allure of sleek modernity and the charm of vintage nostalgia. But what if your living room didn't have to choose sides? Today, we're exploring a design revolution that will transform the heart of your home, blending the best of both worlds into a harmonious, timeless space. Welcome to Visionary Designs, where we turn design dreams into visual realities. If you're passionate about creating spaces that tell your unique story, hit that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss our game-changing approach at the end that will revolutionize how you think about living room design. Let's embark on this journey of fusion and creativity together. As we step into the world of modern vintage fusion, let's begin with the foundation of all great design: balance. In the world of design, balance is key, especially when merging styles from different eras. Think of your living room as a canvas where different time periods converge, each bringing its own unique charm. Begin with a neutral foundation. Imagine walls that whisper rather than shout, creating a versatile backdrop for your design story. This neutral base allows both contemporary and classic elements to coexist harmoniously. Picture clean lines and smooth surfaces interplaying with ornate details and rich textures. It's in this interplay that the magic happens. Consider the visual weight of each element in your space. A substantial vintage piece might be balanced by lighter, more streamlined modern elements. This balance extends beyond furniture to encompass everything from flooring to window treatments. Envision a room where plush, vintage-inspired carpets meet sleek, modern flooring transitions, or where minimalist blinds frame windows adorned with flowing, classic drapery. It's about creating a dialogue between the old and the new, where each element respects and enhances the other. Now that we've established balance, let's paint our fusion masterpiece with a thoughtful color palette. Color is the language through which your living room speaks, and in blending modern and vintage, your palette becomes a bridge between eras. Imagine soft, muted tones that whisper of bygone days, dusty roses, sage greens, and warm neutrals. These colors create a gentle backdrop that allows both modern and vintage pieces to shine. They evoke a sense of nostalgia while remaining firmly rooted in the present. Now introduce pops of contemporary color. Think of how a vibrant modern artwork might sing against a wall of vintage-inspired wallpaper, or how a bold, geometric patterned rug could enliven a space filled with antique-style furnishings. Remember, color isn't confined to walls and fabrics. Consider the warm patina of aged metals contrasting with the cool sheen of modern chrome, or the rich, deep tones of vintage wood complementing the crisp whites and blacks of contemporary design. The key is to create a color story that feels cohesive yet dynamic. Let your palette evolve as you move through the space, creating areas of restfulness and excitement, all while maintaining the delicate balance between old and new. With our color palette in place, let's illuminate our fusion space with purposeful lighting. Lighting in a modern vintage fusion space is about more than illumination. It's about creating atmosphere and defining eras. Envision layers of light that tell the story of your space. Start with ambient lighting that sets the overall tone. This could be soft, diffused light reminiscent of bygone eras, or it could be clean, crisp light that speaks of modernity. Now, add task lighting that marries function with style. Picture sleek, adjustable reading lamps next to cozy armchairs, or streamlined under-cabinet lights illuminating a vintage-style sideboard. Accent lighting is where you can really play with the juxtaposition of eras. Imagine the warm glow of Edison bulbs in a contemporary fixture, or a classic chandelier reimagined with LED technology. Don't forget the role of natural light. Large, unadorned windows are a hallmark of modern design, but they can beautifully illuminate your vintage treasures. Consider how the changing daylight interacts with your space, highlighting different elements as the sun moves across the sky. Remember, the interplay of light and shadow can dramatically alter the perception of your space. Use this to your advantage, creating depth and interest that evolves throughout the day. As we continue our journey through the modern vintage fusion, let's explore the tactile dimension of our living room. The tactile experience of your living room is crucial in creating a space that feels both modern and vintage. It's about engaging not just the eyes, but also the sense of touch. Imagine running your hand over a sleek, polished surface and then encountering the soft, worn feel of a vintage textile. This contrast is at the heart of the modern vintage fusion. Consider incorporating materials that have stood the test of time: rich woods, supple leathers, and natural fibers. These can ground your space in tradition. Then, introduce modern materials like glass, metal, and innovative synthetics to create a contemporary counterpoint. Think about how these materials interact. The coolness of a modern metal might be softened by the warmth of a vintage wooden element nearby. Or how the smoothness of contemporary upholstery could contrast beautifully with the nubby texture of a heritage weave. Don't shy away from unexpected combinations. A sleek, modern side table might pair surprisingly well with a heavily textured vintage-style rug. It's these juxtapositions that create visual and tactile interest, making your living room a feast for the senses. Now, as we reach the pinnacle of our design journey, let's explore the revolutionary idea you've been waiting for: the concept of design narratives. This approach transforms your living room into a curated space that tells your unique story through a harmonious blend of modern and vintage elements. Start by identifying the narrative you want your space to convey. Perhaps it's a story of travel, with modern interpretations of global patterns mixed with vintage maps and artifacts. Or maybe it's a tale of technological evolution, where vintage radios and typewriters sit comfortably alongside sleek smart home devices. The key is to create vignettes throughout your living room that capture moments in time. Each corner becomes a chapter in your design story. A modern reading nook might feature a vintage lamp, creating a bridge between the comfort of tradition and the efficiency of contemporary design. Consider the flow of your narrative as you move through the space. How does each element contribute to the overall story? A vintage mirror might reflect a modern art piece, creating a visual dialogue between past and present. This storytelling approach ensures that your living room is more than just a collection of furniture. It becomes a curated experience, a space that evolves and reveals new aspects of its narrative with each viewing. By embracing this concept, you're not just designing a living room. You're crafting a personal museum where every piece has meaning and contributes to a larger story. This is how you create a truly timeless space that is both of the moment and respectful of the past. As we conclude our exploration of modern vintage fusion, take a moment to envision your ideal living room. What stories do you want it to tell? How can you blend elements from different eras to create a space that's uniquely yours? Share your ideas in the comments below. Let's inspire each other to create living rooms that are both timeless and deeply personal. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time and style. Remember, the perfect modern vintage fusion is a reflection of your personal story. If you found this video inspiring, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend who's been dreaming of a living room makeover. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more innovative design ideas that bridge the gap between past and present. Until next time, keep blending, keep creating, and keep making your space uniquely yours. Your perfect modern vintage fusion awaits,